Cristiano Ronaldo, similar to that LeBron James, there's a transition, didn't think it was going to come, but it's going to come, is not slowing down. 32 years of age, so happens to be around the same as LeBron James. That's why we compare them quite a lot.
Yeah, it's actually remarkable.
It is,
but still.
And just to kick things off, how impactful is Cristiano Ronaldo? Very impactful. Scores at will, bangs in more hat tricks than anyone else. I'm not going to break into the stats. People know this. They go type in to Google at this moment if you want to. Watch the clip first. Messi versus Ronaldo. There's a website attested to them comparing their stats, and the fact is that Cristiano Ronaldo, despite being many years older than Lionel Messi, is still right there and surpassing him when it comes to goals and maintaining that challenge.
But Francis, I have a pundit's two quotes that I thought that they were interesting, and I'm curious if you see the same. And these are positive quotes, but we'll roll them right back to back, number 6 and number 7.
I thought you said Breitbart to Bart, and I was petrified.
Breitbart to Bart. So Mais football director and Portuguese TV pundit Luis Mateus. This year will be different. This is heading into the season, and I think these words turned out to be pretty true. It will be different than previous ones. He can get frustrated, Ronaldo, at not scoring so many goals and will need to redefine himself and play differently. He must prepare himself for that. The evolution has already started, but will become more profound. He's a very responsible guy and prepares physically for all challenges. Very blanket statements, but true. And he continues to say, later on, he does not seem to be the guy with only one focus. I think he still wants it all. More Champions League, recovering for Spanish football domination for Real Madrid, which he's pretty much done, and more individual awards. And then when the World Cup finally comes, he'll focus on winning, of course. Being European champions gives him more reason to believe that before. And part of this is all falling back, according to this pundit, on the fact that he has finally opted to say, I'm 32, I'm not slowing down, but I'm gonna reserve some minutes in the tank if I want to be effective in 2018 World Cup and the 2017 Champions League final, 2018 Champions League competition.
It's not, like, see, for Ronaldo being the player that he is, he's often a target for people calling him selfish. Remember, like, how many times have we ran the clips before? Ronaldo doesn't celebrate when Bale scores, blah, 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 blah. All ridiculous most of the time. Some of them might have some substance. Any good striker wants to score. That's just the way it is. Ronaldo has been in his own category as positionless at times. Like, where does he rank? Is he a striker because he puts up unbelievable numbers? But when you're ranking players in terms of strikers and positions, you often don't put him right next to a Suarez or a Lewandowski or a Zlatan Ibrahimovic because he doesn't play a traditional role as a striker. He often ventures out to the left. He often will drop deep, pick up the ball, try and smite it from distance. But what you have seen this year is a professional at his best. Looking at his game, he probably studies tape more than anyone in the world. This is the same guy that came out and stated that he understood that his physicality was an important thing, so he did, 1,000 sit-ups a night, even after long days of training. And you might think that's for vanity. Well, look how stable his core is when it has to be. Look how well he adjusts his body when he's in a position where he needs to be stable to put the ball in the back of the net. These are simple things that people overlook, but maybe it's because my brother's in sports science. He uses Ronaldo as a perfect example of someone that has simply taken care of his body so that he can prolong his career. Ronaldo's not the same player that we've seen from Manchester United. He wasn't the same player when he moved to Real Madrid. He became more mature. He started to realize the things in his game that were more beneficial to his team. He didn't need all the step overs. Yeah, he's going to have those moments of brilliance because he's blessed with great skill. But he's more of a benefit to his team when he puts the ball in the back of the net or when he makes smarter decisions. So what you've seen from a transition from Manchester United to Real Madrid is now the same transition from him moving from his late 20s into his early 30s. How many goals? I want to know these stats because I don't know them off by heart. How many more goals is Ronaldo scoring in the box now than what he has done in the past? Watch his hat-trick against Atletico. He's in the right place at the right time. He's adjusting his runs. He's making himself more available in the box. His timing
has been impeccable for the last 2 years, it seems like. And they ran it during the Champions League semifinals. I don't know the last time he scored a goal from outside the box, but not even scored a goal. It has to do with how many attempts. It's minimal. I think he doesn't feel the need. There was a part of me that used to think, I'm sure when I first started watching this game, that like Ronaldo wanted some of the praise that came with a 30-foot or yard screamer to the upper 9.
Yeah,
upper 90. But now I think he looks in and goes, why? If I got Marcelo's left foot about to ping in a perfect ball where I can just time it and just literally jump in the air with the perfect first touch and just ping back in the net, I can score more while being more efficient and using less mileage to do it.
Yeah.
And this makes sense for him because if he can if he can be this Ronaldo for 4 more years,
why not?
What's stopping Real Madrid from winning every Champions League? What's stopping Portugal from playing
the World Cup?
Possibly winning the World Cup? I think it's a bigger task than the Euros.
Yeah, but look at the Portugal in the Euros as well. Like,
but France, but they don't deserve to be Euro champions.
He didn't play in the final.
Which is heartbreaking for anybody who loves the game. No, not just for him, for anybody who loves the game.
He basically carried them a lot of the time. People forget in the semi-final as well. But he did the same thing. I think that's where that sort of maturing process really became evident. He's like, he's on a team that's nowhere near as talented as Real Madrid, but he was still able to adjust his game so that he was more beneficial to them, using his heading ability when he had to, because he's got an enormous leap. But those things are all going to start to deteriorate because no one other than him and LeBron James, maybe they just defy all odds and just keep being a physical.
They do. They defy all the odds.
He's going to keep adjusting so that he can continue to play at the highest level. And I don't know, take this statement with a pinch of salt, but I think this current Ronaldo at 32 years of age is more of a danger to Juventus than Ronaldo of 28 years of age, of 27 years of age.
He's a smarter Ronaldo.
Because the reason why is because, think about Juventus, right? If you can keep him in front of you and you're thinking, all right, go ahead, you're up against one of the best goalkeepers that has ever played the game from 40 yards. There's every chance Ronaldo could bang one in, but go ahead, we'll keep you at bay. This Ronaldo is a predator in the box. I can't speak highly enough. Go watch the tapes. Watch him in the recent games against Atletico. Watch how much he relies on his opponent's ability to get to the touchline, and he just finds himself in those areas. And he's got that one-touch finish, as you said, adjusting his body so that he's there. These are small things that people often overlook in football because you expect a professional to do it. But there's a reason why people rise to the top, because they perfect it. So I think this Cristiano Ronaldo is more of a danger to Juventus than the Ronaldo of the past that we know and loved, that could do the step-overs and smack them in from distance. He's going to be so hard to defend because this is a different Ronaldo that is more unpredictable even, to find out.
I like how he's handling being 32. First of all, he doesn't look 32, so there's that, which I know probably means something to him.
If I have abs like that, 32, man.
In the impeccable shape that he's in. I think it also helps, maybe, to a certain extent. I don't know how much these athletes talk. Like, I know that like Neymar and Odell Beckham Jr. are buddies and all that kind of stuff. But the way that sports science, to speak on, which your brother does, at a very high level and he's very good at his job, it's hit a point where we know so much more, trainers know more to keep you in impeccable shape. It's always like what I said about, and to make a NFL, a American football reference, offensive linemen are usually very big, but they're not fat. And people think like, oh, it's just a fat. What they have to eat and how they work out and what they need to do, and if you've ever seen how quickly they move, it's so specific. And my point being is the second that they stop doing it, they like lose all of the weight and they get in ridiculous shape. They look like different people. They drop like 150 pounds and you go, that was the guy who was under center. My point being, for 32-year-old Ronaldo, he's going to continue living this lifestyle that is so about being the best possible shape he can possibly be in. The Tom Brady's of the world, LeBron James of the world do the same thing because he cares that much. It has nothing to do with, I don't think other players care less than Ronaldo does. I think he's obsessed. And that's what's going to lead him to being able to be 33, 34, 35, 36, and us probably saying he scored 40 goals at 36 years old.
Yeah.